Hello everybody, you may all be wondering, what are you doing, Halloween? Well, the answer is another review. I thought it was high time I did another review, since it had been a while since I've done the last one. And I'm going to make this one a damn sight quicker, because they always drag on far too long when I get really involved with the talking and the thingy and the shooting of the reviews and things, and the graphics and whoop. Anyway, so this time it's going to be on F.E.A.R, because this is what's next in the old LP and catalogue. And basically, I'm going to go through it like I normally do. So I'm going to start from the top. What I think of F.E.A.R aesthetically, graphically. When I actually got this, when I got it running on my PC, which was hard work, mind you, it looked absolutely stunning, even on my crappy old low settings, which I was playing on at the time. It really is a good looking game. Everything looks fantastic. Even going back to it now, just for the sheer horsepower, the graphics, it really is a good looking thing. But mainly, let's not give a crap about what it actually looks like. Let's, more importantly, what it does. Does it sort of set out its goal of, does it look as it should do, I guess, is the right look. Aesthetically, is it pleasing? And the answer is really yes, it really is. I mean, everything it wants to set out to do, make the combat visceral, really, really powerful, sort of horrible explosions and guts and bullets and everything. It really does. It is absolutely fantastic. Firing a shotgun into a wall feels like you're firing a shotgun into a wall. This massive bullet hole appears, smoke flies out, it goes crack boom, and lots of bits go everywhere. And if you point at somebody, lots of bits of people go everywhere, and there's horrible arms and flailing of horrible mandibles and bleh. So that goes everywhere, and that's great. The actual textures, I hate to do this, but you got to discuss it with F.E.A.R. The texture work is brilliant. Everything looks fantastic. The ghost lady Alma looks great. The minimum wage commando people look fantastic. All the guns look as guns expected to, and all the baddies generally look fine. Even the weird little spooky spindly men that appeared later in expansions and things. So yeah, graphically it's great. Aesthetically perfect. Does exactly what it set out to do. The main thing I really enjoyed about it was where, have a ghosty weird effect happen, like Alma suddenly appear, all the thing wibbly wobbly and woobly, and then fire and explosions and F.E.A.R guy, you can almost, even though he doesn't speak, you can almost feel him just go, oh my god, trying to jump through a nearby window and things, which is it really hones down the effect. And of course the scares wouldn't work very well if it didn't look the part, and luckily it really does. So yeah, good thumbs up on the old graphics there. Moving straight on to the sound. Sound-wise, again, I think it is perfect, spot on. Guns, realistically, not so much, but because a realistic pistol sound isn't as exciting as it sounds in any game, but that's pretty much a given these days, isn't it? But it really sounds like something meaty you're firing, and the goddamn shotgun. Mr. Shotty himself, where it came from, I mean, wow. Mr. Shotty, you fire that goddamn shotgun, you feel it, you really hear it, it resonates, it goes kablam, and anything you pointed at it is now in tiny pieces with little bits of guts everywhere. And that's great. That's exactly what you want in gun sounds. For the scares, most part, it's okay. Alma's voice thing got really weird and a bit annoying at times. The voice acting isn't the best thing in the world, but it's so hammy, it's perfectly hammy, I'd guess. Having Fettel sort of go, hello, brother, and you're just like, wow, you came out of a bloody Hammer horror movie or what? You might as well just go, Dracula, come suck your blood, well, come to suck your soul, or whatever Fettel is, he does, weirdo. So yeah, again, sound is fine. There isn't much to talk about. The sound comes across great. Can't argue with that. Coming to the most important thing, quite frankly, is the gameplay. Does the gameplay of F.E.A.R hold up no matter when you play it? And again, I think it really does. You can go to the first F.E.A.R, especially compared to F.E.A.R 2, especially F.E.A.R 3. It really, really holds its own. It is basically some of the most fun you will ever have shooting things. And I will go on record saying that. F.E.A.R 1 is absolutely spot on for shooting the crap out of stuff. Everything feels amazing. The slow-mo feels so much fun. You're walking around being numero uno badass by throwing a slow-mo grenade and shooting it with a pistol, having it explode and see the ripple come out and killing lots of dudes, jumping around corners, kung-fuing people. This is the best thing. You can just run around a corner and kick a guy so hard in the face, his torso might come off, or he might rocket into the corner. And you're just like, I kicked you so hard, you flew away, and now I'm going to sly kick that guy and then shotgun his testicles off. You can't argue with gameplay like that. It's really fun. Just generally, just load it up, shoot mans, stop. It's fine. I still load it up today. Even after all these years after doing the LP, I'm not bored of it. It's just fun. And even the expansions, as janky as they were, the same thing, the basic core gameplay is great fun. You've got so many different variety of guns and just crazy shit that you don't see enough of in games today. Everyone wants to be the realistic game. Everyone wants to be, oh, well, let's keep it down to earth with you have your pistol, your sniper rifle, your assault rifle, your grenade launcher. No, we get multicultural skeleton launchers. We get crap that turns people to skeletons, okay? it turns people directly to skeletons. It's like a railgun. It's instant. It goes kablamo. You get grenades that are so explosive that the guy and the 3 guys next to him completely disintegrate. You've got the shotgun of all the games I've played. The shotgun. I mean, I know it's a conventional gun, but what kind of shotgun, except for maybe Soldier of Fortune, do you walk around a corner, shoot a guy, and he falls to bits? That's great fun. It's just silly. It doesn't take itself too seriously. And it just keeps itself actually spot on every time you want to play it. It's so much fun. Jeez, just slide kicking dudes is the best thing ever. If you haven't played at this point, I hope you all have. It's probably like 2p. Go out and buy it. It's so good. I don't need to really. I mean, you've all probably seen it by this point if you're watching. If you haven't, please do either watch my LP or watch someone else's LP if you find me irritating. Though if you find me irritating, I'm not quite sure why you're listening to me ramble on right now. Never mind. So gameplay itself is spot on. There's nothing you can really argue against it. I'm trying to think of a few negative points, because I mean, I hate to have overly positive reviews. I don't think any game should ever be completely positive. I don't think that makes a good review. There are negatives to it. There are lots and lots of samey environments. That's a real problem with the game. You go from office block to another office block, to a slightly different looking office block, to a warehouse, and it's like, and then finally get to the vault towards the end, and that's a bit different. But generally speaking, it's another office, and that's a real problem with it. That's not good at all. I mean, the environments are dull as crap. That's a real problem. It's a shame. They could have really branched out. There could have been lots of more interesting places, kind of like F.E.A.R 2's, I guess, where you sort of branched out into the city a bit more. But F.E.A.R 2 then lost the combat edge, which was a shame. But there we go. The other problem I have with it is the jump scares, and again, it's the plague that falls all silly horror games that think they need to spook the player out by going boo. And yeah, I mean, I could probably scare you all now by talking very, very quietly and suddenly increasing the volume followed by a freaky face on the screen. That would probably do it. But that's not what it's about, is it? I mean, yeah, it's called F.E.A.R. It's about scares. The scares particularly aren't very good. They're relatively effective the first time through, but then most jump scares are. Look at Cry of Fear. You jump left, right, and centre. As soon as you know what's coming, you're just like, killing dudes here, killing dudes there. Piss off, dudes. Piss off owl that's sitting outside my window. Jesus, go away. Sorry. Owl review. Distracting. Distraction owl. Go, shoot. But, that's a problem. Again, voice acting is janky, but then I think it's supposed to be. It's pretty hammy. That's fun. There isn't really a lot of problems with it, to be frank. Like I said, samey jump scares, that's the main problems with it. The variety of weapons isn't a problem. The shooting isn't a problem. The gameplay isn't a problem. There is one more problem, actually, I'll go over. The story. The story is lousy. All the F.E.A.R games have the worst story. But then they're functional. I suppose they do what they need to do. So, on it, play a bit devil's advocate. You have a crazy girl. She's mad. You're kid. You know, you're the kid. Your brother's kind of on a rampage. I mean, there's not a lot to say about the story. I mean, I call it a negative, quite frankly. It's not particularly engaging. All your co-workers are kind of meat shields, I guess, and they just exist either to get murdered or just to get in the way and provide stupid distractions. So, I don't know. Again, a negative is the story. Overall, F.E.A.R, if you haven't played it before, is so good, and it is it really, really is worth a pop. It's probably like $4.99 on the Best Of collection or something, and you get all of them together. I would stop with F.E.A.R 1, personally. I think F.E.A.R 2 is okay, and F.E.A.R 3 is adequate. I don't think either of them are terrible games, but I don't think they ever hold a candle to the first F.E.A.R. Nothing ever comes close to the real gameplay that you get out of this one. There's just stupid stuff you can pull off, it's just fun. Get a mate round, see what kind of crazy kung fu you can pull off. Try and get through a level just by hitting dudes. Try and punch ninjas. Goddamn ninjas! Oh, how did I forget? A negative! Ninjas! Jesus Christ. Ninjas are awful in any game. Ninjas are a nuisance, okay? Ninjas that break through glass, scare the living bejesus at me, and make me really, not like ninjas in any game ever. After that, it's not good. Don't like ninjas. Stupid F.E.A.R. Yeah, apart from the ninjas, yeah, get F.E.A.R. But then watch out for ninjas. They will get you. That's it for the review. If I was going to recommend it, yeah, definitely. I don't do scores, but this game is definitely worth your money. If you haven't bought it already, and you have a PC that is built within the last 6 years or so, you'd probably be absolutely fine with it. It's still a fairly graphically hefty game, even now, which is surprising. But that aside, it is so much fun. Please pick it up if you haven't done so already. And if you have, go play it again. You know you want to. Shoot some mans. It's great. The next review I'm going to do is The Suffering. I feel bad so far, actually, because all these reviews I've done are really overly positive. I don't like being overly positive this much. I feel a need to be negative all the time. I don't know why. I think these games have warped me over the years. But I think The Suffering will do that. So I hope you will stick around for the next review I do. Sorry, I rambled on again. I ended up being 10 minutes. Goodness me. I do apologise for rambling on like this. It's maybe you can just leave me on in the background and pretend not to notice and just go. And your parents come in, or your wife or your husband comes in and just go, "Who's that crazy person on the screen?" But I don't know, some mad British person talking about a game I've played years ago already, talking about a review that doesn't make any sense or isn't even coherent. Now he's just drinking and shouting at owls and going, "Get out of my property, owls!" Blah. So yes, thank you. I hope you enjoyed the little mini review we got going here, and Alan Wake as normal tomorrow. So, till then, thank you very much for listening. Oh, I totally forgot the monitors. Jesus Christ. Screw the monitors. Seriously, like... Oh, you'd have no idea how much rage the monitors cause me. Every time they come on screen, the lag. Oh, yeah. No, F.E.A.R gets a negative for that. That's another negative. Monitors. It gave me an absolute phobia of them ever since. Negatives! Ugh.